From hotspots and hidden gems to lots of local flavor, it's your guide to LA the unscripted way, and tonight we're getting inked. Hello everyone, I'm Dana Devin. Welcome to LA Unscripted from the Broken Art Tattoo Parlor in Atwater Village as we take a colorful look at the art of ink. Now, if you live in SoCal, it's hard to find someone who doesn't have at least one tattoo. I'll tell you about mine coming up, but first, let's reveal this shop and the man known for the cover-up.
I've been tattooing since 1994 now, so coming up on 28 years.
I shock myself all the time. I'm like, wow, okay, you still got it, Swan.
I started tattooing because my wife, she was getting tattooed from her cousin who was in prison, and he had this homemade tattoo machine made from a toothbrush and a guitar string and a Walkman motor. And I just show up and he's doing a little bit of work on my wife, and I was just so intrigued by this that I immediately went to Radio Shack and bought all the parts and made my own. And I opened up the first Broken Art tattoo in Salinas, California, and that was in 2001 when I first opened up the first Broken Art. When something's broken, you want to fix it, you want to make it better, you want to improve on it, and basically it's just that reminder every day to keep trying something new and don't rest on your laurels. TLC was auditioning artists and they kept contacting me to do this. That was America's Worst Tattoos. It was a really great experience. I loved the show because it was about helping people. People live with these things on them that if they don't like it, they wake up every day feeling depressed and sad about what they've done to their body, and being able to change that and give them something that they can be excited about, that they feel is beautiful. That's why I really, really love doing cover-up tattoos. People who get tattoos aren't just one kind of a person. There's some people who just love going in and getting what the artist wants to do. And there's some people who, nope, I've been thinking about this for 3 years, and this is exactly what I want, down to every line's got to be particularly done. So Ben Affleck contacted me a few years ago, and by the end of the conversation, he lets me know that we're going to be tattooing his entire back with a phoenix to kind of represent the transition of his life and his work and his art. He was very determined. It wasn't supposed to be for anybody but himself, but he knew eventually it was going to get out there. So the world had an opinion about his tattoo, and it wasn't for the world, it was for him, to represent his journey. It was very inspiring working with him to see that level of determination, but people who just have an opinion about what some A-lister should be doing with their body, they just need to shut up. It was a really cool experience to tattoo my daughter, for sure, when she came of age. It's a pretty amazing thing to be able to pass on to your child. The special thing about tattooing is that it's a challenge for the individual to do something to themselves, and at the end they get this piece of art to help represent who they are inside, that they don't have to always go around explaining themselves, how they feel about certain things. They can wear it right there. I love Mom. The world knows. I have the best crew here. I mean, I'm really fortunate. Most of them have been here with me for nearly 15 years. We got 5 of us including me, but we're lucky to have real LA natives that are just here plying their trade and putting the best art they can on their clients.
And the art of the tattoo isn't just a man's world. Head over to Long Beach for some female artistry from the one and only Carrie Barber, and a shop that's earned the distinctive title, Oldest in America.
Okay, right there, hold it a little still. My name is Carrie Barba, and I'm the owner of Outer Limits Tattoo here in Long Beach, California, the oldest tattoo shop in the nation, second oldest in the world. I've been tattooing for 43 years. Some of our collection here at Outer Limits, and we have lots of tattoo machines and memorabilia. Most of these machines were either made by or used by artists who worked in the Pike area or this particular shop here. It's been running all through both wars, and we're very proud of our location. All the tattoo shops you used to see had every inch, as much as they could cover, filled in tattoo flash. And it was called Flash because when you'd walk in, it was like, bam, flash. So this is what our studio looked like in 1970s. So there used to be a port here in Long Beach, a naval port, and the military guys would all come into port, you know, and had visited other countries. And so the tattoo artists started catching on here, and they opened tattoo stops here in the port city of Long Beach. We pulled down a wall, found this safe right behind the wall. Still have not opened this safe, and we plan to do that to see what's inside on the 100-year anniversary of the shop. So in 27, we're gonna open this thing and see what's in there. Being a female tattoo artist in this industry has been a little difficult. When I started in 1979, I didn't think about it. I didn't think this is a male-dominated industry, but it definitely was. One gentleman, famous, says, "I ain't getting tattooed by no chick." And I said, okay, well then, here's your choices, you know, go ahead and choose. And then he goes, no, but I want this work. I said, well then you gotta have a chick do it. It was that simple. The other thing we found was this cash register stuck on $5. You can see how much tattoos used to cost. We operate a pretty busy studio. We run 13 tattoo artists usually at a time. Every artist is completely unique amongst themselves and their style. Because you get to see all these walks of life, different kinds of people coming in all the time, getting to see what the other person is getting, and the energy is really good. This plaque tells about the history of our shop. This came from the Natural History Museum, LA, and we're really excited to have that on our wall if you want to come in and read it. I am known most for octopus tattoos. I do a lot of octopus tattoos. And then I got to do a silicone arm that was hanging in the Natural History Museum, LA. They did an exhibition called Tattoo. So everybody who went to the museum then called and said, I want an octopus, I want an octopus. So I have been doing octopus probably 2 to 3 times a week for at least 5 years now. I used to get so much flack when I was started out in the business because I didn't have a lot of visible tattoos, but over the time I started getting more and more tattoos, but I kind of waited until my kids had grown up. I have 2 kids and I would, you know, be in school with them, and the problem is people instantly judged me. But, you know, over time we can see that everybody wears tattoos, all different walks of life, all types of people wear tattoos. And it doesn't mean you're bad, it just means you're trying to set yourself apart, express yourself.
So the first tattoo pin was actually invented in 1891, and clearly they've changed dramatically since then, that's for sure, like this one here. Now, let's check out another ink spot that made our list.
It's considered art now. It's becoming more of a culture thing. Everybody wants to get into it. So I was named after Keith Hernandez. I tattooed a lot of Giants players from OBJ. I did also this tattoo for Evan Ingram, who plays for the New York Giants. And it's so much cooler when you see it on TV as well. You see them catching a ball in slow motion. You're like, that's my work. Once you get one player of the team, a few players in that same locker room will see your work, and then from there, the ball just keep rolling. When you see them in person, you also realize they have a soft side. They also have a sweet side. These guys are funny. These guys also have a family. They're just like every one of us. You become a part of their life, so you get to know who they are. You know, you need to see their real life behind the cameras. I don't tattoo just to get the money. I tattoo to get my art out there. I consider it as it's just like an art painting on the wall, but it's on you forever.
Coming up, I'll reveal what part of me is tattooed. No, it's not what you think. And we'll meet another legend of ink. Welcome back to LA Unscripted, everyone. I'm Dana Devin at the Broken Art Tattoo Shop in Atwater. You know, it's hard to find an uninked patch of skin on the people who work here, but can you spot the tattoo on me? And no, it's not one of those on the lower back. I've done a lot of dares. I am most excited about this one. Usually I'm nervous, this one I'm excited.
I am so excited and I'm so happy that you dared to do your lips today with me.
Oh, of
Thank
course.
you.
You're the
Thank you.
expert. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
What do we do now?
Let's go to my magic room. So I know that we're going to do your lips today.
Right.
So I want you to kind of like tell me what you want me to
Great
achieve
question.
there.
Great question. So my whole life, I've always had a lot of really blue in my lips. So I've always wanted to kind of cancel out some of that blue. And I'm no young spring chicken these days. And I feel
You
like
look
my
good.
lips have, thank you, but I feel like my lips have faded over the years too, and I don't have that natural color anymore.
Okay, so when we get older, we're losing a lot of the color on the vermilion border. So that's why a lot of people are coming and say, oh, you know what, my lips getting thinner, why it's happening? And it's like, oh, now I more need filler. And some people don't want to do that.
Right.
So they still have more lips. It's just because the vermilion border faded, they think it's so thin.
Are you seeing a greater interest in this now? Because nobody can wear lipstick anymore because of the constant mask.
Absolutely. I prefer to have my lips done permanently, and I can be comfortable anytime in the shower and under this mask. It's amazing. And it's not really like a lipstick. I will always say it's a lip blush.
A lip blush, that's the perfect way to say it. Oh yeah, lips for days. Let's
see.
go. It is time for my Dana Dare lip tattoo. Mwah.
How you feel?
That's not bad. Wow, I have an upper lip now. It was a really big insecurity of mine because when I would smile, I would lose that top lip. And now I feel like I still have it when I smile. So that's why it looked weird, I think, before. Unbelievable. Another Dana Dare down, more to go. I absolutely loved this dare. I am ready for more. Send them in. Come on, you guys. Give me a Dana Dare. Coming up, a legend they call Mr. Cartoon and the one guy the Dodgers all go to for ink. Welcome back to LA Unscripted. I'm Dana Devin from the Broken Art Tattoo Shop in Atwater. Time now to meet another California native who's inked Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Dr. Dre, and countless others. He's such a legend that he's also the star of his own Netflix documentary.
If you ain't got tatted by Cartoon, you ain't got no tat.
I'm Mr. Cartoon, and you're watching LA Reveal. When I look back and I'm thinking, you know, what impact did I make in LA, or what did I do here, you know? I probably contributed something to making tattooing high end. When I got in, a lot of the tattooers, they weren't making what they deserved, man. I had been a professional artist already, so I knew what commercial projects paid, and tattooing was way harder than those jobs, and tattooing was 1/3 of the money. And I was like, man, if I do anything, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna give the artists in LA a raise. You know, growing up in LA, I've been inspired by so many different people, so many different ethnicities, and we all kind of borrow from each other. I take this experience and the tattoos and all the street culture, and that's the heaviest influence in my art. Hey, I might be doing something for, say, Vans or Levi's or some major company, but in my head, I'm a 16-year-old kid going down the 110 freeway reading graffiti on the wall, so I still keep that with me. When you do a documentary on your own life, it's really weird, man, because it's almost like therapy, where you gotta go over the same things, or things from your childhood, or cool moments, embarrassing moments. Everything gets brought up, because you want to be honest and you want to try to put as much out there as possible. My partner, Esteban Oriol, half of the documentary is about him as a photographer in LA, capturing this culture.
Everything cartoon did, Esteban was there.
Capturing the whole culture.
Lowrider culture, tattoo culture.
People are gonna try to explain LA culture. They're gonna do their best to explain it to the masses. So why not us? Why not us be in that position? And we'll say, you know what, we're gonna do it our way, out of our lens, out of our eyes, and doing it more for other homies, like other artists and other peers of mine. I'm kind of doing it for them, This whole studio I'm in, I seen it before it manifested. I sketched it 10 times. Here in Santa Monica, it's where Hollywood meets the water. We're in my private studio. I'm partners in a barbershop called Master Deluxe. We built this place to kind of be a one-on-one type of environment. This is where we make people's lives a little bit better, They walk in one way, they leave better. It's a tattoo and fresh fade. Being that I'm 51 years old, I'm not gonna be tattooing forever, you know what I mean? You're only as good as your last project. You gotta stay on top. You gotta be cutting edge. Your work's gotta be dope, bottom line. You know what I'm saying?
New York City may be considered the birthplace of modern tattooing, but it's at Dodger Stadium here in SoCal where we found the birth of a local tattooing hero.
Yeah, so it's going to be here, and then the shading, I'll connect it with the skyline. That way it can look like everything's just one piece. The first time that I did a tattoo, it was about 13 years ago. And when I did the first tattoo, I just felt like, man, that's cool, I can put my art on someone, I was actually born in Michoacan, Mexico. Came over here when I was 8. We grew up right here in Pomona. It was a little bit rough. I got into the tattooing industry. Nobody in my family had their own business. I remember I tried to apply for jobs around the tattoo shops around the area, and nobody would give me a job. I was just like, I'm just gonna open my own shop. My name is Jose Guijosa, owner of Killer Tattoos. My true passion is doing dyer tattoos. I'm about to reveal the championship ring.
Ya tú sabes quién es.
I became a big Dodger fan. I started decorating the shop with a lot of Dodger banners. Customers started seeing that we love the Dodgers, so they started coming asking for Dodger tattoos. And I've done from just the little LA logo all the way to the whole Dodger Stadium. About 8 years ago, I did a Dodger Stadium on one of my friends on the side of the head. That one was super detailed. I remember I finished like at 3 in the morning. I posted it on social media, and right away it just went viral, it blew up.
I wanted the stadium with the piece of LA, because it's home. I didn't grow up in LA, but Dodgers is home to me. I saw his Dodger work, and I knew he was the guy who had to do my tattoo.
I'm hoping I get to tattoo a Dodger player that's haven't tattooed no MLB players yet. Hopefully I get to tattoo one. And that's like my dream right now.
So we're going to add my dog's name to the daisy that I have on my arm, because I'm willing to take a needle for LA Unscripted.
Cleopatra Inc. is a European-based tattoo company. We're actually the biggest tattoo company in the world. We operate in 68 other locations in 9 other countries. This is the first location in the United States.
This is like the kid tattoos that you get, except not a kid tattoo.
Santa Monica didn't ever had any tattoo places. So I think we changed the game.
This one's not gonna wash off.
We create our designs on iPads, application called Procreate. You can actually visualize what we're designing for you on your body before having the tattoo. So it's really easy for a client to visualize what they're gonna end up having. So it's a revolutionizing thing too, I think.
Does that hurt?
A little bit, but not really. I mean, I'm kind of used to it now.
We already initiated 9 academies back in Europe. We train tattoo artists and we train designers. If a student is super talented, we give them internships. For the students that finishes the courses with a high grade, we also promise them to work in any Cleopatra branch in the world. We're gonna initiate the Cleopatra Ink Academy here in later this winter, and it's gonna last 3 months. I think the tattoos should have a meaning. It should tell something about you, something about your life, something just related to you.
Okay, if anybody's ever questioned my commitment to this show, I'm gonna show you how committed I am to LA Unscripted. Boom! And that is all the tattoo time we have for tonight. Thanks to Mr. Swan and Broken Art Tattoo. We'll see you next time, everyone. Good night. Mwah.